I'm Tasha.
And I'm Fallon.
And together, we're the hosts of No Roadmap with Tasha and Fallon.
It's a podcast where two black women have real, random talks.
We cover everything from hobbies to relationships, pop culture, and social issues.
We don't shy away from the tough conversations, but we also like to have fun and be ourselves.
So join us every other Thursday as we share our thoughts, stories, and experiences.
You never know where the conversation might take us, but we promise it'll be worth it.
No roadmap, just real random talk.
So what do you say, Tasha? Are you ready to hit record and get started?
Let's do it, Fallon. Let's give the people what they want. Hello.
I don't know what it is about this opening that makes me giggle.
You started it.
I know.
It's
I'm
your
sorry.
fault.
Here we go.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of No Roadmap with Tasha and Fallon. I'm Tasha.
I'm Fallon.
And today's topic,
I haven't had enough sleep. I'm sorry.
Me neither.
yeah, and I want to get into that. Today's topic, we'll be talking about cringe. Ooh. Those cringe-worthy moments that happen either to us or in front of us that causes us to inwardly cringe. Secondhand embarrassment.
Embarrassment in general.
And embarrassment in general. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. How do you handle embarrassment?
I don't get embarrassed. I do what I do.
If only we were all so fortunate.
I do what I do, and it happened, and I move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, just keep it moving.
No embarrassment at all? Not even like a second to be like, well, that didn't go well.
No, that's fine, but that's not embarrassment. That's acknowledging the situation.
But you're not embarrassed by
No.
it? Never have you been embarrassed?
I'm thinking,
Okay, how about for other people?
all the time.
Give me a par exemplar.
Oh, I can't watch like cringy shows or cringy comedy.
Like America's Got Talent or
Ugh,
American Idol.
Once you get past like the first level when they used to like make fun of people, like I could not.
William Hung?
He was the best. I did not make fun of that man. That man was.
William Hung is still profiting from his cringeworthy moment on American Idol.
I gotta Google
ago.
that. I didn't think it was cringeworthy. I was so happy for him that he got up there and did his thing. So happy for him.
Were you like any of the contestants?
When I auditioned back in...
Stop.
Yeah.
Full stop. Back the truck up. You auditioned for American Idol?
I did.
Okay.
They came to the IZOD Center, which is now defunct. That's how long ago it was.
The IZOD out in the Meadowlands?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I went with my friend.
That's New Jersey for all of you non-Jerseys.
Right. Went with a friend of mine, and we got there at like 5 a.m. and the line was already like I don't even know how long those people stood there.
Wow.
And so the amount of people filled up the entire lower level of the ISOD, and then like almost 3/4 of the top.
Oh my God.
Like that's how many people. And so on the floor, you had like little 13 booths technically. And at each booth it was like a producer and an assistant or something that would sit, and you got
those
called
are the preliminaries, right?
Yes, like this is the first, right. Okay. So you go to the right and you leave, you go to the left and you continue on. And so, like, people were just in there for, like, days. So, like, there were concession stands open. So, we got food. And people were forming music groups in the hallways. Like, people who didn't know each other were like, hey, let's sing some songs. And the harmonies were going on. It was fantastic.
Oh, I love that.
So, I get down to the floor, finally. It's, like, 5. Like, I've been there for, like, 12 hours. Like, it was nuts. And I get down. And I sang. Because you have to... They were, like, sing something that shows your range. So, I chose Phyllis Hyman, Living All Alone.
Ooh, I love some Phyllis Hyman.
So good. And I think it was 4 people actually down there. It wasn't just 2. It was like 4 people per. And they were like, great song choice. Like, you sound phenomenal. But you're not what we're looking for this season. So every season they were looking for something specific that they wanted to push.
What season did you audition?
Carrie Underwood.
Ugh. No, you are not Carrie Underwood.
I was not the
or
one.
Bo Bice, or who else was in that? I watched that season.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. You definitely didn't fit that.
Did not fit that.
Oh my.
So every time I go see her concert, I was like, wow.
Could have been me.
No.
Would never have been me.
Would never have been.
Wait, you go see Carrie Underwood in concert?
All the time. I've been like 5 times.
To see Carrie Underwood?
Yeah, she's phenomenal.
In concert?
Yes. Girl got it. You got
Singing?
It. Yes.
And dancing?
Yes.
Carrie Underwood dances?
Not well.
I was going to say, I find that really... You want to talk about cringeworthy.
No, trust me, she's great.
I believe it. I mean, vocally, she's a powerhouse.
Yes, right.
Like, she's up there with some
dancing
like
is a loose term. It's movement.
All right, movement.
And her costumes are great. She's fantastic. She's funny.
I believe it. I buy it.
So you don't want to go.
I can see me going to a Carrie Underwood concert.
Well, so...
Carrie Underwood
my concert husband's wife, she doesn't go to concerts.
Okay.
But she has specific concerts she likes to go to, and I always want to encourage that in her.
Right.
So I've seen the Zac Brown Band like 6 times. If that's what she wants to see, I'm going with her.
Right.
We saw Earth, Wind, and Fire together.
Come on, Earth, Wind, and Fire!
Yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire in Chicago, we saw together.
Lovely.
Yeah. So there are only certain concerts she goes to, so I'm always there to support.
Right. Okay. Well, you're such a good friend. That's cool.
I try.
So they said you weren't what they were looking for then.
Okay. And I was not embarrassed.
Now, you shouldn't be. Well, that's not a reason to be embarrassed, right? Like, you went in, you auditioned, you were amazing, and they acknowledge that you're amazing. Right. You have, great voice, great song choice. You're just not what we're looking for. There's no reason for that to be embarrassing. I wouldn't be embarrassed by that either. But I think if it were me and I had gone in and I performed and they were like, don't quit your day job.
Stop it.
I would have been embarrassed.
So that time I did that show, and I forgot my lines. I was almost embarrassed then.
Now, what show is this?
I did, this was Parade.
Okay. Oh, yes.
And the law scene, at the court, nothing. No words at all. Blank. But I pulled it out, and that's why I wasn't embarrassed. Because I figured it out.
Pulled it off. Because I was able to get there. I just, sat at that red light longer than I should have.
There's some horns honking.
Okay.
The MD was vamping behind me extra hard, figure it out.
Like, girl, I'm just gonna vamp until you decide to sing. It's fine. Wow. Okay.
What about you?
That's fair. I get embarrassed very easily.
Oh.
I know.
But why? What does it feel like?
Describe the feeling. Well, immediately my body gets hot. Right? And I start tugging at my collar. Or my proverbial collar, because I don't always have a collar on. I can feel the heat creeping up into my cheeks. Now, I'm a brown woman, so obviously... But you can see my embarrassment on my face. Because I'm just like, ugh. Also, I can sometimes have that deer in the headlights moment where I'm just like, I don't know what to do or how to... And then I become extremely apologetic. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, you guys. Thank you so much for your patience. I'm so sorry. Whatever it is.
Right.
I'm just very easily embarrassed. I don't always play like I'm embarrassed. I'm good at playing it off sometimes. But yeah, it doesn't take much.
What does embarrassment do for us?
Nothing. I don't know. Humbles us. It was just telling the story about a friend of mine.
Why don't we record this?
I'm trying.
We need video. Y'all need to see the emotion she went through in that parade.
I'm trying to tell the story while protecting, the innocent, the identity of the innocent. A friend of mine had a performance not too long ago where he thought it would be a great idea to show some things he'd been working on. And I sat in the audience and watched this happen, and I was just like, no. Don't do that. But he did it.
Aww.
And the response after all was said and done was very lackluster. I could tell that he was like, damn.
Oh.
Right? But when we talk about it, he's like, it was amazing.
Revisionist history.
And I'm like, were you there? It was not amazing. It was not amazing. And I was looking at the faces of the people in the audience, and they didn't think it was amazing either. But what do, right? I felt bad for him until we had that conversation. He was like, it was amazing. I was like, all right.
No, I don't feel bad for you.
You clearly don't care.
You're delusional.
It is what it is. But I've seen Aaliyah do things that didn't turn out the way she wanted them to, and I feel bad for her. And I'm like, it's okay. Don't be embarrassed. You tried. You gave it your best. But in the back of my mind, I was cringing.
Oh.
Like, oh, my poor baby.
It's fine.
It's not going to go over well.
So, that's why I don't love comedy.
Okay.
Or going to see comedy.
Oh, yes. Have you ever seen a comedian tank?
Wait, I'm about to tell the story. So we're in New Zealand, and we were supposed to see a show, and it was like the wrong day. So we're like, let's find something else to do. And we're walking around, like, oh, look, a comedy show. Let's go into that. I'm like, so.
What's New Zealand comedy like? I don't know. Let's find out.
A lot of politics. And apparently they're going through the same stuff we are with these crazy, like,
really?
Very, like, fundamentalist people who are like, yeah, so I'm sorry, New Zealand. We'll all figure it out. It's the pendulum swinging. Anyway, so we go in, and it's the 3 Americans and all these New Zealanders. We're sitting, it's like Lutheran church. No one's sitting in the front.
No.
So.
That's like any church, not just a Lutheran church. Okay.
Oh, no. There's the black church where people are like, I gotta see, because everybody, like, the pastor needs to see me.
No, I don't want the pastor to see me, because my pastor will find a way to make this sermon about me.
Stop it.
I want you to
Don't look at me.
Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me, Pastor Hagwood? Don't look at me. But as you were.
So the guy, he was so sweet and so funny, and like he had bad ADHD, and like even said it, and his thoughts were ping-ponging. And he's like, I need someone to sit in front. I need someone to look at. And I'm like, so the 3 of us were like,
of course you were.
We don't live here. Let's just do it.
We'll never see these people again.
Right. So we go up the front. So now we're the Americans, and they're learning our names, and it's hysterical, and we're having a good time. And it was the last person who comes out. You know all those one-piece suits that are like, usually they're green for some reason. Like if you're doing green screen stuff and you have that,
right.
And it covers everything. Well, this person comes out in one that's black, and is telling, I don't even know, the story about this spider that it was talking to, and it got dark, and we're just sitting there, and like I can't tell if they're looking at me because they're in this thing, but I'm like, I can't look away, and I'm horrified.
You can't look away from.
But I was like, I wanted to be anywhere else than in that seat. In that moment with that person. Right. But the payoff, it was actually funny once like it ended. I went through some emotions. I was like, are they sure they want to do this? Like, is everyone else as uncomfortable? Because I'm looking around and I'm like, I feel so uncomfortable.
Just with the routine.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I was embarrassed for them.
Yeah.
Because nobody was getting it. Everybody was uncomfortable, which was making me more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So that's what embarrassment feels like.
Yes, that's what embarrassment feels like. Now we'll take it and apply it to something you've done. It's amplified. That feeling is amplified times 1,000 because it's like, oh, I did that. Why did I do that? Or I've seen like a friend who has a crush on someone, and you see, you know they have a crush on this person, and the person probably knows that they have a crush on them, and they're behaving in a way that is just so blatant, and the crush is not interested. And it's like, I love you and I want to tell you, but I don't want to hurt your feelings, but also I need you to stop. Because it's bad.
Oh.
And it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to tell you that this just isn't working. Don't do it.
You just say that. That's literally what you say.
I can't.
Those exact words.
It depends on who it is. Like, some people can take that kind of truth.
Right.
And then some people get in their feelings, and it's just like,
That's so sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
That's hard to watch.
Again, like, there are certain things, like, I don't think I've ever been in that situation where, like, I had to tell somebody.
Oh, no, it's not fun.
Have I?
It's not.
I probably just said it.
Or, and I tell, yes, I can't imagine you just being like, girl, he's not interested, stop.
Let's move on.
Look, how about him at the bar? You like that type. He's got glasses, he's tall, he's got long shoulder length hair.
Stop it.
Go for him.
Go pick that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that one wants to talk to me, and now that's a whole nother mess.
And then that's the other thing. Have you ever been out with a friend or friends, and you can see that they're attracted to someone or they're interested in someone, and they're like, go put in a good word, and then you go and you put in a good word, and they're like, well, what about you? And I'm like, I'm not here about me.
I'm not here about me. This is not about me.
I pointed out there when I first walked over here. Keep up. Right? Like, how do you go back to your friend and be like, well, see what had happened was.
I'm like, don't even worry about it. That's like, I just you don't say that. That you don't say. You're like, don't even worry about it. Moving on. Yeah. Moving on to the next one.
What happens when you're both at the bar and the guy turns and he's obviously hitting on you while your friend stands by silently?
That's my life.
Sounds like a hard life, Fallon.
It is.
How do you get through it?
I don't know.
Being wanted and desired by so many.
And not embarrassed by anything.
And not embarrassed by any of it. I love that. I wish. It's like water off a duck's back.
Right.
No, I don't know. The water sticks. It goes in.
You're not a very good duck.
I'm not a good duck. At all. Not even a little bit. I'm a pigeon.
That was the exact word that was in my head.
I know. You know? Look, I'm a pigeon, man. I fly away with stuff. And when I can't hold it anymore, I just poop it out.
Poop it out. Poop it out.
Poop it out.
Oh my God.
My goodness. Yes. I'm right. Let me see. I wrote down some other exampps of.
Look at you, always prepared.
Because if I don't write it down, I'll forget. I'm at that age now where if I don't write stuff down in the moment, I'm not
it's gone.
Remember it.
Never remember.
Or it'll come to me randomly like 3 months later. Like, oh my God, that's what I meant to say. That already aired, right, Alan? He was like, yeah. It aired. All right, never mind. Can we put it in the liner notes? Uh-oh. Fallon's dying.
It's this giant ass tea bag.
You can get like 5 cups of tea out of that one tea
It's
bag.
meant for iced tea. That's why, like, I'm on a caffeine high right now.
It's a ginormous. It's the only.
It's like mud.
I have.
It's fine.
I'll buy some for next time. I'm sorry. I have chamomile tea upstairs, and I also have lemon ginger.
Why didn't we do those?
I don't know. I didn't think you'd want them. You love. I do.
I do.
You hush your mouth. You shut your face.
I can't. I'm crying.
Oh my.
All right, sorry. Go ahead about the things you wrote down because you'll never remember otherwise.
Because I won't remember otherwise. Or secondhand embarrassment for someone who believes that, and this goes back along the lines of me telling the story about my friend, who believes that their talent is greater than it actually is. Or that they're good at something that they're not really that great at. Like, how do you tell them?
So, that I don't tell them.
What do you do?
If I'm a good friend, I watch. Because someone said that to me once.
You cringe.
Someone said that to me once, and I stopped singing for a year.
Who said that to you?
Oh, this horrible ex. He was garbage and was very self-centered and didn't like anybody who got more attention than him. So he decided to crush my spirits so he could be.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, that's not cool.
He was horrible.
He was horrible.
Right. I should have learned when I talked to. Well.
That's a different show, y'all.
That's a totally different show.
Okay. So you wouldn't tell a person, a friend, a family member.
I would veer them nicely in the direction of something else, like a gentle nudge. My poor daughter, that child she dances with great spirit.
Okay.
But
I already see that in my head. Go ahead.
Her forte in dances are structured dances, like the waltz. She decided she wants to waltz. She's actually pretty good at it for a 6-year-old. I don't know how she figured it out. She's got the hands positioned correctly. She has the rhythm. She can whistle a waltz.
It was a waltz. 3 times? Yeah. Okay. That's a waltz, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I had to sing it in my head. But don't ask her to just freestyle something because it's just she dances like her father. That's too good.
Oh. No. Not even a freakle?
Not even.
No.
It's just limbs.
Ooh, it's very Elaine.
Right.
I'm Seinfeld.
Right.
Oh, no.
She dances like her father, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. So that's when her European heritage
Right. So we will put her in dance school. She will not be taking hip hop because that is ballroom. 100%. Smart. So you steer them in the direction where
their strengths.
Right. Or you suggest. A friend of mine has a kid, not the greatest singer, but it's you can work with that and hey, let so and so help you with whatever.
You learn technique.
Right. There's a way to do it without saying, "Wow, you're crappy." Right. Do something else.
When I was growing up in the Baptist church, where a lot of family members went. Mm-hmm. I joined the choir. I became a part of the adult choir about 14, 15 years old, right? And as it is in most Black churches, the preachers have their favorites, and the choir director had their favorites. Mm-hmm. And it reminded me of that episode of Living Single where Kyle is directing the choir. Yes. And Regine is convinced that she's going to get the solo. Yes. And then she opens her mouth and clearly she's tone deaf, right? And then CeCe Winans, who did a guest star that episode, comes out and she sings it flawlessly. And Regine turns and looks at her and was like, ain't nobody ask you, right? I had that in my choir. The preacher of the church I grew up in was my aunt. She was married to my uncle. So her kids were my cousins. We didn't like really grow up together, but whatever. So her daughter would sing in the choir. It was so bad. Oh. It was so bad. And it was one of those things where anytime we had to do a song that she would lead, it just oh my God. Just
I'm so sorry.
What's the word? Caterwauling? Is that the word?
That's a good word.
It was bad. It sounded like she's a soprano.
Oh, it's always them.
She thought she was a soprano. Hey,
always.
Hey now.
Hey.
I'm a soprano. Be nice.
I know, but I'm an alto and I feel it.
Yes, although I always wanted to be an alto because I love the harmonies. Anyway, every time she would sing, it was like a cat running through a room with a bunch of rocking chairs. And I was just like...
Stop it.
And I remember saying to my mother...
a visual.
After one of... It is. But you can hear it, right?
I can hear it.
Right? It was very screechy.
Ooh.
And I remember saying to my mom on the way home from one of our choir rehearsals, I was just like, why has no one told this girl, just no. Why has no one told her that yet?
I don't know.
So anytime she would get up and she would sing, and I'm standing behind her, swaying in the back, I'm hiding my, she would hit a note, and I'm like,
Stop it.
And my mom would sit out in the pew, and she would see all this going on, and she would like admonish me from the pew, like, stop it. People can see you. I'm just like people can see me. Can you hear this? Are you listening to what I'm listening to? What is happening? Embarrassed.
Again, someone should have
face red.
Steered her, like, let's work on your everything. There is someone I know, no concept of like volume control when they're singing. They eat their microphone and then they're screaming.
To them, they're belting though.
Right.
Yeah.
But do you have to belt everything?
Sometimes.
Sometimes
learn your mix.
It's in piano.
Oh no.
Sometimes we need to bring it back.
Yeah.
I can't even tell this story. But the woman, her daughter runs the like rehearsals and stuff. But the woman was like, just flat out, can you just stop being so loud? Like, we'll just, and I go, that's the embarrassment.
Oh. I remember my son said that to me once. I always sing in the car, and I sing in the car full voice, regardless of who's in the car with me.
Right.
And he was little. He couldn't have been any more than 4, maybe 5. And Alicia Keys had just dropped her first album, and I listened to that thing front to back for like a month and a half. And I would sing it at full voice. And he was in the car one day, and he was just like, Tita. And first of all, don't interrupt me when I'm singing.
That was your first mistake.
This is my moment. You're lucky. I love you.
Right.
Okay? But he's like, Tita, he had to say it like 3 times. And finally, I had to hit, pause the CD because that's how long ago it was. And I'm like, yes. He's like, do you have to sing so loud? Excuse me? I baking soda? What? That is not loud. That is performing. He was like, no. My ears. And then he covered his ears.
Oh.
You little snot box. Fine. I won't sing it. We'll just ride in silence. He was like, no, I want to get a radio, but I just don't want to hear you sing. Oh. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. That's what his face said, though.
Right. The child, what she does is she grabs my lips. Shh. Hush, mommy.
That part. Yes. I remember when I directed Camp Rock some years ago, and my daughter wanted to audition. She loved that movie. I knew there was no way she was going to be able to get the lead in that. Because it's out of her vocal range.
Right.
I knew that. And I could not find a way to discourage her from auditioning for that role without her. In my mind, I couldn't find a way to do it without hurting her feelings. I was not going to let her come into that audition room. And I was always steadfast about, you get cast based on what you bring into the audition.
Right.
Even if I know, like, obviously you take into account as a director who you can work with and whatever. She walked in. Now, I didn't know what she was going to sing. She walked into the room and I looked at my stage manager and she was like, "Breathe, she'll be fine." And she sang beautifully. And then I finally turned over her form to see what she was auditioning for. Even though on the ride to the theater, she had told me very plainly she wanted to audition for the role of Mitchie. And I turned over her audition form, and sure enough, she did not circle Mitchie. She circled Dana.
Oh.
Thank you, Jesus.
Oh.
And I didn't have to do that.
Crush her.
But I had one of the other parents come up to me right before I announced the cast and was like, "Let me guess who got the lead. Your daughter."
I'm like, don't come at me.
First of all.
That's not what you said. Inside.
No,
I know it.
Oh, inside.
That was a
Don't come for me unless I send for you.
Right.
Okay? That's first of all. But I looked at her and I was just like, why would you assume that?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, I don't know. I just assumed because I know your daughter's very talented.
I know you did.
Backtrack.
You know what you did? You embarrassed her.
Exactly. Look at that. Okay, look. Tug your collar. And her face, her face did get a little rosy. And I was just like, no. I said, I did not cast her as Mitchie. Nor did she audition. And I wouldn't have.
Right.
Because she was like, I just assumed. Well, they say one assumes.
Right.
You should never assume. No. She was embarrassed, though. And it was great.
And that's fantastic.
And I lived in that moment. So much so I still talk about it like 8 years later. But anyway. So that's, I'm curious to know what's going on with our listeners. And do you have any stories to share about a time when something happened that embarrassed you?
Do you never get embarrassed?
Because then we need to, like Fallon,
we need to hang out.
Because that's a thing.
Wait, so, I love The Sims. I haven't played The Sims for like a million years. And did I tell the story already? I told somebody the story recently. So, my Sim died of embarrassment.
Yeah, and then how was that possible again? You did tell me this story, but refresh my memory. How does a game count?
I have no, what? It's never happened again. They tried to kiss someone who didn't want to kiss them. And
that's embarrassing.
And then they died. With like
and
that.
Nothing like that's ever happened to you before?
No. I can't think of anything. And I'm searching. I'm like going through the archives.
I remember I went on a date once with the guy that I had been chatting with for a while. And we were sitting in the car talking after the date. I'm getting embarrassed just thinking about it. Oh, God, Jesus. Anyway, we were sitting in the car having a lovely conversation, talking, and he went in for a hug, and I thought he was trying to kiss me, so I went in for a kiss.
That's magical.
And he was like, whoa, hey, slow your roll there. He didn't say that.
But
when he pulled back and the look on his face, I was like, oh my God. I'm so sorry. Oh. I read this completely wrong. I'm so, oh my God. Okay, I'm going to get the car. I'm going to go. And he was like, no, you're fine. And I was like, no, I can't now.
She's like,
I look at you. I can't even have eye contact. I'm fiddling for the car.
Because you're blinded by embarrassment.
I'm blinded by embarrassment. I'm trying to get out the car. And he's like, no, it's fine. And I was like, no, please, just let me go. Just let me go, please. I'm so sorry. So when we spoke later on that night, I was just like, I have to. I'm so sorry. And he was like, do not be I suck at social cues. Next time I take you out, I will kiss you. I was like, no, I don't want to go out anymore. I'm sad. I'm sorry. That's it.
You're making me cry.
I'm over this. So, your stories can't be any more embarrassing than that.
No, that is true.
Share. We'd love to hear a story that didn't come from me. Because apparently I'm always embarrassed.
That's fine.
So there.
You have more empathy.
Sure.
For yourself. or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Wait until your daughter gets older and you like purposely do things to embarrass her in front of her friends.
I hope not. I don't want to be that mom.
Oh, yes you do.
Do I?
She's fun.
Oh.
She's fun. It's a rite of passage.
Okay.
You have to do it at least once,
right.
twice. Once a week for like from 13 to 14.
Okay. I'll put it in my notes. Thank you.
Make it happen, Captain. Go pick her up from school in a dinosaur uniform or dinosaur costume.
I think she would love that though.
Okay.
Because she doesn't get embarrassed either.
Interesting.
Yeah. She's like, go for it.
Does your husband get embarrassed?
Probably.
Damn. Who cares? I don't care. He might. Ask me again next week. I don't know. What are you watching?
Oh my gosh. Ooh. So, The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live just started.
Is that the one with
Rick and Michonne?
There we go, Rick and Michonne, yeah.
Can I tell you? All right. Andrew Lincoln has been in what? Like, he was in
Love Actually.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then The Walking Dead.
I don't know him anything else.
No,
same.
His chemistry with Denai. Like, I look at them doing interviews and I'm blushing. Because...
Are you blushing? Is that secondhand embarrassment?
It's not embarrassment. It's it's so sexy.
Ew.
There's this one scene in like early in The Walking Dead when like Michonne first comes to the prison and they're deciding if she should stay. And I'd never noticed it before. And this is their first meeting. Like nothing, there's not even written that they're supposed to be together. Sorry guys, spoilers. If you haven't watched it already,
where have you been? What rock are you living under?
And he's talking to her and his eyes do that eye
that
flick.
Once up? Ooh, not the once over, honey.
Oh my gosh. And I'm like, Andrew. And like you watch him talk, like when they were doing an interview for I guess the new season, and she's sitting and she's just delicious. Yeah. And he has his arm behind her chair, and you could feel the heat radiating off of him.
Is he single, do you know?
I have no idea.
Is she single?
I have no idea.
Could this be a match made in heaven?
I wish, because it's like I can't watch it.
Right.
Because it's so innocent and so dirty at the same time. And I'm like, this is wildly inappropriate. And I love it.
That part.
So
I'm watching it like this.
Oh, married.
Oh, which one?
I don't know.
Andrew?
Oh. I hope he looks at his wife that way. Same. Because if he does not, I'm getting hot in here.
Look, somebody turn the fan on. My God.
What is happening?
What is happening now?
Anyway, it's a great show. I'm enjoying it.
Well, that goes to show too. Like as actors, you're gonna find some actors who just have amazing chemistry.
Amazing.
And it's just about just being
right.
And so you can't help chemistry. It's scientific.
It is.
It's science. So that's what you're watching now.
That's what I'm watching now.
What is it called? Because I think I saw something.
It's The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live.
Okay, I was gonna say I think I saw like someone did a TikTok or a reel or something promoting it.
Yes.
I don't think
I haven't. I like the original series really fell off. I did not watch the one with Negan and Maggie.
Did they have a spinoff too?
Yep. Daryl has a spinoff. Didn't watch that one. Totally forgot it existed.
Oh.
Right. I'm slacking, but I'm here for Michonne.
But I'm here for Michonne and Rick. Right. Yeah. Because it's that chemistry.
It's that chemistry. Spicy. Okay, what are you watching?
Spicy meatball. I am not watching anything spicy. I'm watching Abbott Elementary.
You know, I wanted to watch that because...
Have you seen any of it?
No. Oh. But, like, to see the rise of Quinta and, like, I'm so happy for her.
Absolutely.
From, like, her beginning, just on, like, her little video clips that she used to do in comedy, and then where she was on...
BuzzFeed?
Yep. And then she did the Black
Comedy, Black Woman sketch show.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sketch
so funny.
She was hilarious. I was very upset when she left. I mean, I get it because she was working on Abbott, but...
Yeah. But good for her.
She brings something.
She does. Yeah. And looks like the most fun, nicest person. Like, just good vibes.
Speaking of good chemistry, like the chemistry between her and James Tyler.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's just like...
Who was also in The Walking Dead.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. He played Noah, I think was his character name.
Okay.
Just recently rewatched his death.
Oh.
Gruesome.
So he dies.
Yeah. Okay. You know what got him?
A zombie?
Yeah. But you know how the zombie got him.
If I had to guess.
Revolving door.
Not the... Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I just envisioned this in my mind. Getting trapped in the revolving door with a zombie.
Yeah.
And being eaten alive.
Yeah.
Really gross.
Yeah.
Enjoy
good
that
times.
sip. Yes, I'm watching Abbott. I'm catching up on Abbott Elementary. Like all the network TV that I kind of haven't really been watching because the actors went on strike, so everything was pushed back. I'm catching up now.
Good. So awesome. All right, y'all.
Fun times. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us for this episode of No Roadmap with Tasha and Fallon. Remember, you can follow us on social platforms, Threads, IG, and you can also catch us streaming on any of the podcasts.
Yeah, we should be on most of them now.
On almost all. Yes.
Are we on Lemonade? I don't know where on.
Are we on what now?
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Okay,
You're
great.
old.
Until next time, though. Don't forget to like, follow, and share because sharing is caring, and we like to meet new people.
It's true.
So, until next time, though, thank you all so much, and remember, don't be a jerk. Thank you for listening to No Roadmap with Tasha and Fallon. Follow us on IG at No Roadmap Pod. Send us your questions, ideas, and reactions. Tell us all the things because we're going to tell you all the things. Until next time, bye.